Well, this is a sad day. It's July 1st, and this guy was not wrong at all. It is time to let go of the Aston Martin Vantage. And let me explain before I get to the dealership here. You guys all saw in that first video where I walked through this thing and I pointed out a couple flaws. That's not exactly why. When I financed this car, I swear it said a lower percentage rate than what it actually is. I got a statement in the other day and I just happened to look at it. It's at like 9.4% finance, which if y'all know financing numbers, like that's crazy high. That's probably because I have a number of car loans out right now. I don't know, it just seems really high. And then between that and the fact that there's a new one of these coming out here in about like 3 or 4 months, probably get announced, that's going to significantly impact the value of this 2023 Vantage. I don't buy cars to sell them. I say that all the freaking time, it seems like. But I also look into, like, the future to see what's coming out, what's new on the horizon, what's going to impact the value of this car. And a refresh version of this Vantage, this has all, I pointed out before, all old technology and stuff like that in it. That's going to greatly impact the desire for someone to want one of these. Potentially, I mean, some people might not care. Like, I wouldn't mind getting a 991 over a 992 just because I like the interior more, things like that. But there's going to be people out there that won't care about the new tech, but then there's people like me who do and knows that it affects the bottom dollar. So anyway, the Aston Martin's going away today. I got a pretty good buy bid on it, actually. I'm only losing about I'm actually getting almost all my money back, minus the taxes. So I actually made out pretty good on this. We got a local dealership, Mercedes dealership, who always treats us really well on trade-ins, and they grab some pretty exciting cars once in a while. So we're going to be trading this car and another car, which I will review here momentarily. But I'm on my way to Feldman's right now to drop off the Aston. I did drive this thing quite frequently for the last few months. I got 541 miles on it. I know it's not a lot. It's a lot for me considering I just drive to work and back. But it's been a very fun car. I definitely will get another Aston Martin in the future. Probably a Vantage because it's a little more affordable. Those, I think the Vanquish is coming back, but like the DB12, DB11, they're just crazy expensive cars. And the Vantage is a little bit more up my alley. But speaking of that, I think moving forward, I say this now, but this will definitely change. I might try to keep, I mean, I'm already failing at it, but I might try to keep my like fun cars like this at a certain value, like under 100,000 or something like that. What is that? Blind spot assist unavailable? Trade her in, because like you do lose your ass on some of these cars, and the cheaper, I don't want to say cheaper, but the lesser value ones seem to hold. They don't take as big of a hit. That's what I'm trying to say. This being, obviously over that. And the MA, I still have the MA, that's going to be over that too. But I don't know, I'm pretty positive I can be on that one because I traded those 3 cars in for it, including the 992 that I had like almost half paid off. Also, I'll probably knock that one down and keep it for a while. Between the exterior flaws, because I think I pointed out some, there's one whole panel, like the intake on the driver's side here, that felt like it was almost like overspray, but it wasn't. We couldn't clay or polish any of that out. I don't know what was going on there. Then there's like a million little like little prick marks, like pitting almost in the hood that we just clear wrapped over. Then there's that door chip, or that rock chip on the, I don't know if it's a rock chip, it's an imperfection on the passenger side door that we just clear wrapped over. There was like, I don't know, 24 areas on this car that stood out to me that I wouldn't think would be on a car of this caliber. The inside is almost unmatched. It's the quality on the inside is awesome. You can hear right now, you can probably hear some road noise, but it's very quiet in there. I get in front of the semi. I hate driving on the highway. I never do it. And this is why. Ooh, motorcycle wants some smoke. You ain't want the smoke. I'm gonna put this camera down so I can focus on driving and I don't kill this motorcycle that's behind me. I got a bike, by the way. I haven't had a bike for a couple years. Finally got another one. I'll show that in another video. But I'm gonna drive and I'll pick this up in a little bit. We need one more rev clip before we sell her. Trading a Ferrari and an Aston on this? What? That'll be alright. This will be better for Pa anyway. A little more comfortable. This looks good. I like the color. Alright, more on this later. And that brings us to the second car on the chopping block for the week. That is the 2016 Ferrari 488. And it's not, the reason we're getting rid of this one is not because of this or this. It's strictly because the cost of repairing an oil leak. Let me break this down first. We just had this thing serviced. The way Ferrari works is you get free service, for the first, I think it's 7 years of ownership, and it's a new Ferrari. And that means, oil changes, any type of fluid replacement or anything like that needs to be done, it's taken care of. It's free of charge, and they do that to protect the secondary market for their used cars. That's why you see used Ferraris go for sometimes more than MSRP. Ferrari has this very unique way of protecting its investments and its investors, I should say, by offering this free service for 7 years. They also have a limited warranty that's 3 years old, and this car, of course, is 7 years at this point, so we can't take advantage of that warranty any further. We had this thing serviced for the final time just last week. During the service, they found a very minor oil leak. So I figured not that big a deal. Maybe they got to tighten something up, replace a gasket, whatever they had to do to fix it. We elected not to do it, and I'll tell you why here in a second. Obviously, you buy a high-end car like this, costs a lot of money, but that high cost of ownership also goes into the cost of servicing. So to repair that oil leak, that very small oil leak, $38,500. Unreal. It's a very touchy situation because you put that money into the car knowing that the value is that's like 20% of the car's value right there. We didn't think so. That's why we're gonna sell it. They also did an alignment during that last service and a few other things. There's a little crack that I swear was not here before. So we get this on camera. See a little crack? Right there. $900 to replace that little piece of plastic that covers up those LED lights. That's your shifting indicator. $900 to repair that. For the alignment that was not taken care of during the final service for some reason, but $2,000 for the alignment on the Ferrari 488. So between those things, it being 7 years old. And this car isn't. It's a rocket ship. It's not made to be, a cruiser across the country, even though it probably could. It's a little harder for me, I can imagine, for my dad. We own this car together. It's his car, though. We'll just call it what it is. I can't imagine. He's getting up in age, and he's not, old. Maybe he's not even retired, but it's hard for me to get into this car. I can only imagine what it's like for him to get into the car. That's another reason why we're swapping it or trading it for something like the SL. It's a little more comfortable for him. He loves the convertible. That's what this is. I'm not a big convertible fan. I like a coupe. I like being able to look back and see either a luggage bay, kind of like the Vantage, or see the engine from the outside. You can't do that with the Spiders because all the mechanisms for the roof end up taking up that space. But going from a Spider to another convertible with a Mercedes, I think that makes him feel a little bit better too about it. Anyway, I'm gonna head home here for a bit. I'm gonna try to run this up to Feldman's here yet this afternoon. It's almost noon now, and yeah, trading 2 for 1. Sometimes you got to do it. That 38.5 for an oil leak is crazy if you ask me. I'm gonna add too. It's not a straight trade. I think that's probably pretty obvious. The Astons, I'm basically getting what I owe on it, a little bit less, which sucks, but obviously the cost or the value of this Ferrari exceeds the value of that SL63, so Dad is getting a good sized check back too. It's not just a straight, a 2 for 1, pay the debt trade. It's a trade plus a check back, so that's nice for him. What up, Pooh? Got the oldest. We're gonna head to Feldman's, drop off the 488, get attacked by a dog. Ankle biters. This thing sounds so good. I like when the baffles open up. It's kind of sad seeing them both right there, just waiting to have paperwork signed. All right, here they both are. That Aston looks good. Damn it! All right, thank you, Feldman, once again, treating us well on a trade value. We'll take delivery of that SL next week, I imagine, because it's the holiday week coming up. But as always, I appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Thanks.